Mysterious drones swarmed Langley Air Force Base for weeks back in December 2023. That's interesting because Whiskey 72 is right off the coast of Langley Air Force Base. That must be the same airspace that Langley Air Force Base actually uses. And Whiskey 72 is the airspace that Ryan Graves testified they repeatedly, almost on a daily basis, saw strange objects flying in their airspace. Ryan Graves said one of the objects was visibly reported as a cube within a transparent sphere. I'm a retired F-16 pilot. I flew for 18 years, and I've never heard of anything of that description, particularly if it's flying in high winds.
Chris Lehto, welcome to LehtoFiles.
Ryan Graves also mentioned the Langley incursions in his introductory statement at the European Union UAP conference. He made those comments March 20th at the European Union UAP conference in Brussels. Thanks for being here. Please smash the like button if you do like this content and subscribe to get future notifications of my videos. Let's get to the story. This reporting is from the War Zone, published March 15th, 2024. Mysterious drones swarmed Langley Air Force Base for weeks. The unidentified drones were such an issue that assets were called in from around the government, including a NASA WB-57 high-altitude jet. This is a pair of F-22s on final approach into Langley Air Force Base. If you look right off the coast here, going this direction, is Whiskey 72. So that is the airspace right there is where Ryan Graves said they saw these crazy UAPs. The War Zone has been investigating these incidents over the last several months, and they know that the incidents got so bad that additional assets were called in, including the Whiskey Bravo 57F high-flying research plane that NASA owns. According to the War Zone, this spate of bizarre drone incursions deeply underscores the still growing threats that uncrewed aerial systems present on and off traditional battlefields. The installation first observed UAS activities the evening of December 6, 2023, and experienced multiple incursions throughout the month of December. The number of UASs fluctuated, and they ranged in size and configuration. So this is Langley Air Force Base. Like I mentioned, Whiskey 72 is off to the southeast here, just a few miles. But there's also an amazing amount of other assets in the area. Langley Air Force Base is formerly a part of Joint Base Langley-Eustis, an amalgamation that also includes the U.S. Army's Fort Eustis. The F-22 Raptor stealth fighters are particularly important for supporting NORAD and NORTHCOM's missions to defend the U.S. homeland, including protecting the nation's capital in Washington, D.C. It's actually the Air Force's job to protect the airspace of the nation. These are F-22s, amazing aircraft. I've fought them many times as an aggressor in Alaska. Yeah, I can attest that they are just an amazing air-to-air fighter. It's not just Langley, though. I mean, there is an amazing amount of other equipment here, especially nuclear assets. Naval Station Norfolk, the largest naval base on the East Coast, is home to roughly half of America's carrier fleet, and it's located just to the southeast. A host of other military installations are also dotted throughout the broader area, including Naval Air Station Oceana. That's where Ryan Graves operated out of, and that's the Navy's master tactical jet base on the East Coast. It also has Navy Special Warfare's East Coast headquarters. I mean, look at these aircraft carriers. How many nuclear assets are in there? Again, there's tons of important assets here. Nuclear assets, as well, just an amazing amount of military hardware. Is it actually China on the East Coast of the United States? Because that would be quite interesting. Or is it people operating drones just in the general area? Is that what sparked all this activity? Or is it UAPs? Could it actually be UAP incursions are picking up, or now they're actually taking them seriously? The War Zone reports, although the mysterious drone incursions extended beyond Langley, the situation prompted a serious response and caused significant reverberations throughout the U.S. military. Having a base tasked with defending American airspace and its airspace getting penetrated for weeks on end is clearly not the best look, especially after major lapses in domain awareness and air defense capabilities were recently spotlighted by the Chinese spy balloon saga. This is the new general in charge of NORAD, Air Force General Gregory Gillett, at the ceremony. He said his first days on the job has been all about UASs, primarily UASs. meaning what are these things getting into their airspace? And look at the assets that they called in. Plane spotters already knew that there was a flurry of activity using online flight tracking software. They knew something unusual was going on in the skies around Langley and the rest of the Newport News area in December. So this included what looked to be Air Force F-16 fighters conducting combat air patrols supported by aerial refueling tankers. That was around southeastern Virginia on December 12, 2023. So December 12, 2023, they had 8 F-16s, 4 tankers, and 2 separate combat air patrols. This looks like over DC is one combat air patrol, and then over Virginia, that Langley area, right, another combat air patrol. This is interesting too, because you're not going to put your combat air patrol directly over the area you want to defend. You actually put it further back so that you can actually see any aircraft coming into the airspace, right? If you're flying just over the point you want to defend, it's very difficult just to look straight down, okay, unless it's on the ground. So the fact they put their caps right over Langley Air Force Base is interesting. So in this way, it looks like they're looking to the east out over the airspace. Whiskey 72 is right here. So their cap that they put over Langley, it looks like it's looking out into the airspace, try and see what's flying in the airspace. Also interesting is that NASA's Whiskey Bravo 57 imaging platform came and flew circular orbit right around Newport News, so basically around Langley Air Force Base. He was in 75 knot winds and was able to fly this perfect circle around Langley. You can see Langley Air Force Base right in the center there. Whiskey Bravo 57F. There's only 3 of them at NASA, high altitude surveillance airplanes. They used it actually to get imaging of a SpaceX mission. And as they mentioned, to support Langley imaging operations. So this is their cameras and the funny bull nose on the front with its turret, multiple types of cameras installed in its nose. Must be electro-optical and infrared, I would guess. The Warzone reports NORAD has been conducting its routine mission of aerospace warning and aerospace control. The Warzone reached out to NORAD via Northcom back in December, and NORAD said they have been conducting its routine mission of aerospace warning and aerospace control. We can confirm we conducted flight activities over Virginia various times over the past couple of weeks. U.S. Northcom has been coordinating with the FBI, as is consistent with the Combatant Command's coordinating role. We have you to refer to the FBI on the nature of that law enforcement issue. When the Warzone contacted the FBI, they declined to comment. And again, they contacted them more recently, last week, and the FBI again declined to comment. So no one's talking. This is F-16. That was the aircraft I flew for 18 years. Amazing aircraft, flying with the F-22. Larger twin engine stealth fighter F-22 is an amazing aircraft. It's unbelievable. Very difficult to fight. The Whiskey Bravo 57 was tasked in December in support of NASA's SpaceX CRS-29 commercial resupply services mission and imaged the spacecraft upon its return to Earth. While in the area, the aircraft provided additional imaging support in Virginia. So what was it doing flying in Virginia near Whiskey 72 during all of these drone overflights? So you can imagine after Ukraine, especially, how effective drones could be, right? F-22s, while they're in the air, are extremely difficult to shoot down. I can promise you they are very difficult to shoot down. But on the ground now, imagine if you just had a bunch of small UASs, right? Small drones coming in with explosives. That's what the generals are worried about, is small drones coming in and harming these aircraft when they're on the ground. If you had a swarm of these drones. But as Ryan Graves said at the European Union UAP conference, could these drones also be UAPs? It seems a huge coincidence that the drones that Ryan Graves and his squadron repeatedly saw on their radars in Whiskey 72 are not related to these drone systems again. Was there a UAP flap in Whiskey 72 back in December? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for being here. Thanks so much to my patrons. I really appreciate all your support over the years. If you'd want to become a patron and get backstage content, exclusive content, go to patreon.com/Chris Lehto. And if you want early access as well as access to live streams, then join as a YouTube member here. Join the squadron. Please like the video if you did like it and subscribe for future notifications. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.